I played 5v5 all the time a year and a half ago and a year ago, I would constantly do tutorials. Every freaking, like, every day I would have a new tutorial, like a Nidalee tutorial, a Canon tutorial, and it would be like a legitimate like, tutorial, like something you would find on YouTube. Like, this is what I'm doing. I'm last hitting the back minions so I can QE pounce and all these things, and this is why I do this. I always stay at full health before I engage because it's better to engage at full health and just do an all-in, like, full tutorials. And as solo queue started to like become the main thing, I couldn't do it. I could not do it. I can't take it seriously. I just go nuts because people troll me, people cheat, people suck, people do this, people do that, and everybody's not on the same page. And it's really frustrating when you're a competitive player and you have the mindset where you're like, I'm going to get better for tournaments and I'm going to try my best, and then you have like 9 people camping you. Like your whole team like comes out and starts like killing you, and you're like, what the? How did you go on the other team? So that's kind of what happened there. Believe me, I do attempt to practice and I do improve, but I try to keep a balance. I try to keep my sanity intact. Um, I feel like I have a pretty competitive fan base when I see 15,000 more. Like, my attitude does legitimately affect the community negatively, but the thing is, my attitude is a result of how the game is. My attitude, I'm not going to just fake my attitude and be like, wow, I really enjoy Riot's doing with the competitive scene. Like, they are progressing, but we were left unheard for a long, long time. A long, long time. And so that's a big problem. That was a big problem, and it still is. There's always room for improvement. And I believe like that's why my personality is the way it is when I stream, because my personality reflects how League of Legends is right now. You know, like when I came back from tournaments, I was just like, eh. I came back from all those tournaments that we played, and I was like, legitimately, I was happy. Like, I was happy that the competitive scene was like becoming a real thing, and I was happy that I was happy that there's progress. But again, solo queue hasn't changed in the past year and a half, and Riot seems to have no plans to change it. There's so many things that they can do to improve it, but again, we're such a small portion in the grand. We're a small portion of players in the grand scheme of things. The top players are like the top what? At most, top 1%. You have a bunch of other people to take care of, and you know, I want Riot to really like, you know. It's a lot less than 1% actually. Sorry, a lot less. It's probably like 0.0001. And so, like, I can understand it. I can understand it from a serious standpoint. I mean, a business standpoint. You know, you have to take care of the other 99.5% or whatever. But to be honest, I believe my attitude is a result of being that minority that was kind of like neglected. Okay, and I'll answer this one quickly on that was the question that was posted on the stream IRC. Sorry, on the IRC. Derp derp. Hotshot, how did you meet the other players on your team? We played solo queue back then. It was like this. You stayed in queue for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and you played with the same people every game. And, you know, I would see GG every game. And the game was very, very new back then. Like, no one expected it to be as popular as it was going to be. And honestly, I believe Han was bigger at the time. And so we all saw each other in solo queue frequently, and we all knew who each other were. And when Season 1 started up, basically came down to this. We knew there was going to be a range 5v5, and there was going to be a 5v5 ladder. So we had to, like, come up with a bunch of people that would play with each other. Like, everybody had to start making teams. And some people developed, like, relationships before, the 5v5 came out. So, like, I played the Twisted Tree Line tournament with Chowster. GG had his 5v5 team that he kind of played normals with all the time. And then, like, Chowster subbed for him a few times, and then Chowster and GG became friends, and then I played with Chowster from the Twisted Tree Line tournament, and we all met through ladder, and then we became a team. We became friends. Actually, it wasn't even ladder back then. It was basically normal queue. It was normal queue all the time. So we met each other through normal queue, and then from there we decided that, when Season 1 we wanted to be like this dominant force, we just made a team. So we met each other through normal queue, basically. And then later, Kobe was too involved with his kind of job, and he started practicing, and he started to underperform a little bit, and then we basically took Saint, and Saint has been with us since. And I think Saint's been with us for like about a year now. I think it's about a year now. In Elements also, the core players were me, GG, Chowster, Lao Ching, who is Korean, and there's one more, I forget who was the last person. Grand Judge, I think, played with us a lot of the time. And then we Saber Tiger 2 played with us all the time. And those were the people we played with. And once the tournament started coming out, we had to like make an all North American team. And so that's what we did. So we picked up Elements, and there's a whole story behind that, but I'm not even going to get into that. I don't want to go off on a tangent again, so I'll just keep answering questions. Okay, so unless you actually care about what previous Dota MOBA experience did you have prior to playing League of Legends? So I had Dota for 4 to 5 years. I played in the TDA League, and I played a little bit of in-house League. And I scrimmed with some of the Singaporean teams because I knew them from a different game. So that's the Dota experience I had. And then I had the Han experience and being top level at Han. And then I moved to League of Legends, and that's my MOBA experience. Oh, and I played this game called Darkness and Light. It flopped, and then it died in the end, but it was really fun for the time I played it. It's called DAL, Darkness and Light. I'm not sure if any of you have played it, but it was a pretty fun MOBA game. And there's a bunch of other MOBA games, small ones that I played. But yeah. I'll tell you about the story about Elements later. So how did you play the game before you found out they were good enough to go pro? Or how long did it take you to reach 2,000 ELO for the first time? Well, the point where I thought I was good enough to go pro was when I hit the point in normal queue where I started playing versus the same people over and over and over again. Like, you'd see GG every game, you'd see Lil Balls every game, and you'd see Chowster every game, and you'd see all these players. And at that point, I had like an 80% win ratio or something in normal queue, and I played Nidalee all the time, and it was fine that I played only one hero. And at that point, I assumed that I was pro because I was at the top. I played with everybody else, and they were at the top too. So it only took me, I think, a month or two to reach the top, just because I had so much experience with MOBAs before, and I don't know, I was just really good with Nidalee at that point. So what's the biggest piece of advice you can give to someone who just started playing and is testing the waters of solo queue for the first time? You have to understand that solo queue and ranked queue not everybody goes in with the same mindset. That's what you have to understand. Not everybody goes in with the same mindset. So you have to understand that sometimes you're going to get trolled. You're going to have people that don't care about winning, and they're just going to fuck around. And if you understand that, then I think you'll be fine. Just try not to take it too seriously and move past that. But that's all I can say for right now, honestly. I just hate solo queue. Do you enjoy going on State of the League, or do you feel that it's something you do because you get asked to? The episode where I went on stream and I talked about the WCG controversy, I asked to go on. Previous to that, I was like, okay, why not? I'll go because I was asked to, and I knew double lift, and I wasn't really, like adamant on going on the show. But once I realized that it was really worth the effort, and that I could keep in touch with the community and kind of explain situations and talk about League on a more personal level, then I was like, this is awesome. I'm going to do this. So as a professional gamer, how much do you make a year through streaming? Okay, I'll tell you that if all goes well, I can potentially make up to 2K a day. If all goes well. That's best case scenario. Well, you have to understand that in itself, I stream what? That include 16 hours a day, 14 hours a day. That's 14 to 16 hours a day. But that is best case scenario. But I'm not gonna stream 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, and that's best case scenario. That's best case. Some days I don't make that much. But that is best case scenario. I just said that's best case scenario. That is best case. Guys. No, I wouldn't say $1,000 a day average. I would not say. That is not average. It's probably lower. I don't believe in being a very manipulative and lying person. I believe in being a reasonable and transparent person. I don't believe in lying. And I don't. Right now, even if people are like, oh, you make so much money, which I don't, because that money goes into other places, and it goes into other things too. And I don't stream 16 hours a day every day. Stop playing so many ads or ad block or all these things. I think I still think that the people that want to support me, I'll still be okay. At the end of the day, I'll be okay. Again, I don't find happiness in dollars. That's not what I have, or that's not what I find. So I don't really feel that I'll regret saying something like that. A lot of people are saying you'll regret saying that. No, I won't. I want to see people that see this potential in not only League of Legends, but in a career in League of Legends. I want to see more people doing what they want to do and striving for that. And I want people to be very transparent. I really do. I want people to be transparent. And I'm going to basically announce something, is that we're putting in a lot of money into giving back to the community. And you'll see that